I'm Nana Farika. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
The time has come for the lioness to tell her own story.
She is the leading without competition and without companion on the level that she achieved while on her earth trod of the 20th century, the leading woman on the planet of the 20th century. And I know that that can be argued back and forth, but for me, it is sealed. Her works, her contribution to humanity, her outreach sealed that, right? And I think that the more we look at the details of what her earth prod was like, it becomes unquestionable who she is. She manifested in our time, as we see from ancient Kemet, ancient Kush that was already mentioned, as Aset, this foremost woman coming and really ushering in, protecting the throne that played such a pivotal role in the lives of the people in the 21st century, 22nd, 23rd, right? So someone had to mother that process, and that was her.
The year is 1892, and the land of Ethiopia has been experiencing 4 years of terrible famine and drought. They call it the Kikuken, or the evil days. At least 1/3 of the human population and 90% of the cattle have died. The hyenas have feasted on so many carcasses that they have become overweight and barely able to move. Just when the people could take no more of the evil days, a woman named Wasiro Yeshimabet is giving birth in a place called Ergersa Gora. This is her 9th attempt to bring forth new life. Her previous 8 attempts only resulted in death. Will this child live? Thankfully, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cries are drowned by thunder and lightning flashes across the night sky. The heavens open up and torrential rain starts to fall. Ethiopia's drought is over, and the baby boy is given the name Tafari, meaning one to be feared or respected. Tafari's father, Ras Menen, is a very important man in 1892 Ethiopia. Although he is overjoyed at the birth of his newborn son, he cannot spend much time with him. Ras Menen is the governor of Harar and must get back to the famous walled city to deal with its affairs. Furthermore, he is the foreign minister of Ethiopia, and having traveled to different places in Europe, he is very aware of the material and military advances they have made and the looming threats they pose to his country. Ras Menen knows that the majority of Ethiopians have no idea what is coming, and that he has to work that much harder to secure the realm. Tafari would grow up to become the legendary emperor, Haile Selassie I. To understand his journey, we must first understand the Ethiopia that he was inheriting, and what it was like when he was born in 1892. Get your copy of Kwesi Bansu's book, Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings, and increase your knowledge about the history, politics, and culture of Ethiopia in 1892, and how it connects to the rest of African and world history at the time. Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1 is available for purchase at www.bookmanexpress.pub. Please visit for more information.
I want to start this reasoning though with a question, and the format that we're going to use, we're going to just reason. I'll put out questions. I asked these sistren to come forward because each has a particular area of expertise. So, feel free to jump in where, if you don't, if that's not your area, feel free to just hold firm. We're also going to open the comment section to questions. We want this to be a community. So put your comment in the chat. so that we can, we can make this a gathering. This is global. We want to use the technology in a way that's constructive. We know that Babylon is using it for a destructive purpose, but now the Rastafari family can come together and we can reason and enlighten each other about the Queen of all Queens. So the first question is, who is Empress Menen? Who is Empress Menen? And I open the floor, so feel free, to get us started.
Yes, Well, Empress Menen is the divine consort of Kadamawi, Haile Selassie I. She is the Negist of Negist. For I, as Rastafari woman, she's the role model. She is I role model. However, I see her also as a symbol of Kushite identity. You understand? So when I see Empress Menen, I don't just see her as the woman who manifested in this time. I see her as hailing from an ancient bloodline. And as a result of that, when I honor her, we're honoring all of the African queens, especially from that Kushite line, who have stood firm and who have helped to create I vine matriarchy.
I just want to add to that reasoning, that she is, and here I'm going to lean a little bit on my historical background. She is the leading without competition and without companion on the level that she achieved while on her earth trod of the 20th century, the leading woman on the planet of the 20th century. And I know that can be argued back and forth, but for me, it is sealed. Her works, her contribution to humanity, her outreach sealed that, right? And I think that the more we look at the details of what her earth pride was like, it becomes unquestionable who she is. She manifested in our time, as we see from ancient Kemet, ancient Kush that was already mentioned, as Aset, this foremost woman coming and really ushering in, protecting the throne that played such a pivotal role in the lives of the people in the 21st century, 22nd, 23rd, right? So someone had to mother that process, and that was her.
Give thanks, give thanks. Any other sound? Dr. Wolete, process? Wolete?
So yes, so the sistrens blocked Haile and true sounds of the Empress, and I second, third, and fourth those sounds. I would like to add a small piece. I wasn't sure if there was going to be an opportunity later in the reasoning to block it, but she is also the land empress and the owner of so many lands in Ethiopia. When I trod to Ethiopia in 2019, I believe it might have been about 5 years ago, I had an opportunity to seat up at the archives. The full name escapes. I don't know if Asantewaa can chime in, but and I seated up at the archives and were able to gain access to the not the deeds for the property, but the taxes that ones and ones were paying for that property. And I have images of her seal, the seal that bears her crown, another variation of her seal that includes a heart, the tax ledgers, the ledgers from the payments, just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages. And overstanding that she is the daughter of the Jahzani of Ambasal, Jahzani Asfa.
Yes.
Jahzani is the oldest title of nobility in Ethiopia. It is the most ancient title. Yes. And that is the line that Empress Menen comes from. And the Jahzani is the holder of the mountain fortress of Ambasal.
Haile.
Yes. So when I saw the records for the land, it was unimaginable, the amount of land that Empress Menen inherited as the daughter of the family ruling that Ambasal region, the entire mountain fortress. And I read in my research that at some point at different times, the Jahzani would not only be responsible for the mountain fortress of Ambasal, but it would extend into other regions. So this was like a broad reach, right? So many of those lands, as the gold bead of the family, the gold bead of Negus Mikael, she inherited these lands. So she came to the marriage, and I know I will go further into it. I just wanted to touch on that. Wendy, who is she? She is the owner of land.
Well, Haile Selassie the first of the Almighty. And this is the Jahzani Kush. And the mission, that's the restoration of the black family. Yeah. Who Jah bless me, say no one curse. Black woman, it's time to merge. Black redemption, we're on the verge. Well, I don't care what you heard. Haile Selassie first, him no second or third. Cause even when their lines are blurred, the eyes stand straight, no bend, no curve. And him give you the love you deserve. Him don't come fi dominate, him come fi serve. Showed us the way home, I live his words. But I can't do it alone, so black woman, let's merge. High tall, sip and herbs, we merge. Massage, we calm her nerves, we merge. Together all demon purge, we merge. Another family emerge, we merge. We spoke and no speech was slurred, we merge. We agreed that Babylon's absurd, we merge. We had pain, now we feel cured, we merge. Hail the king, now she conquered. Well, I don't care what you heard. Haile Selassie first, him no second or third. Cause even when their lines are blurred, the eyes stand straight, no bend, no curve. And him give you the love you deserve. Him don't come fi dominate, him come fi serve. Showed us the way home, I live his words. But I can't do it alone, so black woman, let's merge. We met, something was stirred, we merge. Can't forget things that occurred, we merge. Take plane and start fly like bird, we merge. Friends and family observe, we merge. Them a spend while we conserve, we merge. From our goals we were not deterred, we merge. Till our energy transferred, we merge. Now our memories converge.